back to fabulous Las Vegas. In this episode, I'll take you on a walking tour of Las Vegas Boulevard, or better known as the Las Vegas Strip. We'll walk through the massive hotel resorts and casinos, which are architectural masterpieces. I'll talk a little bit about the history and how it all came together. We'll check out some fun attractions and experiences, and after watching this video, you should have a good understanding of what the Las Vegas Strip is all about. And with that, let's go ahead and start the tour. Let's start out with some general information. Typically, Vegas gets much more crowded on weekends compared to weekdays. As a result, you can get very good hotel deals during the week as long as there are no massive conventions or sport events in town. Being such a tourist hotspot, pretty much everything on the Las Vegas Strip, like food and drinks, are quite expensive. While gambling, the hotel casinos offer free drinks. Sometimes it can take a while for a server to come by though. Looking at a map, distances don't seem too far, but when you're walking on the Strip, you'll notice it can take quite a bit to get from one hotel to the next. You might have to go up the stairs or an escalator to cross over a street via a pedestrian bridge, and some hotel entrances are a bit off the sidewalk of the Strip, which adds more walking time. That said, you can still explore a lot on the Strip in just one day. The summers in Vegas get very hot, and in the wintertime it can get quite cold, which many people don't realize. As a result, most hotel pools close for the season in October and reopen in March. Las Vegas is located in the state of Nevada in the middle of the Mojave Desert. Now, technically Las Vegas is the downtown area, which I am not covering in this video, and the famous Las Vegas Strip is in the City of Paradise. However, this distinction is usually ignored by locals and visitors alike who refer to the entire metro area as Las Vegas. From the Harry Reid International Airport, it's only a short drive to get to the Strip. We'll kick things off at the southern end of the Strip, and after a few stops down there, we'll make our way up on the left of the Strip, and then at the Fashion Show Mall, we cross over to the other side of Las Vegas Boulevard and walk back down on the right of the Strip. It is possible to do this tour in one day, however, to really enjoy everything and not rush things, I recommend giving yourself 2 days. Our first stop on this walking tour is the Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign. It's at the southernmost end of the Strip next to the Harry Reid International Airport. If you're arriving by car, you could stop here first before heading to your hotel. Now, if you want a photo right in front of the center of the sign, expect to wait in line. I suggest just going off to the side a bit. You can still get a great photo from there and avoid the wait time. This significant Las Vegas landmark was built and installed in 1959 and cost $4,000. Keep this cost in mind because later I'll show you a sign that costs several $million. The Welcome to Las Vegas sign has been listed on the National Register of Historic Places since 2009. It is 25 feet or 7.5 meters tall, and the silver circles that spell out welcome represent silver dollars as a salute to the Silver State, which Nevada is officially known for because of the importance of silver to its history. Not a lot of people look at the backside of the sign, which reads, "Drive carefully, come back soon." A very short walk from the sign takes us to this massive Harley Davidson dealership and showroom. You can check out their motorcycles and also purchase Harley Davidson clothing and other accessories. There is also an Eagle Rider location on site for those of you that want to rent a motorcycle. Next to the Harley Davidson dealership is the Pinball Hall of Fame, which you cannot miss due to this massive sign. Inside the 25,000 square foot building, you'll find tons of popular and rare pinball, arcade, and amusement games from the 1950s to the 1990s. Most of them are from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, since this was the heyday of pinball. All of the machines are owned by one person, Tim Arnold, a veteran arcade operator who became successful in the 70s and 80s Pac-Man era. Not only can you walk around and look at these classics, but you can also play. The older models are 25 cents per play, and the newer 90s models are 50 cents. All profits go to charity. They have change machines on site, which, and this is actually quite interesting and funny, they grabbed from the trash dock of the Golden Nugget in downtown Las Vegas years ago before they were going to be picked up by trash collection. Before we cross over to the other side of the Strip, we pass the Little Church of the West Wedding Chapel. While there are many of these kind of chapels in Vegas nowadays, this one was the first such facility specifically designed as a wedding chapel in 1941. Several celebrities got married here, such as Richard Gere and Cindy Crawford in 1991, as well as Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie in 2000. Alright, now we continue on the west side of the Strip to visit the first resort of the tour, Mandalay Bay. In addition to Mandalay Bay's primary hotel, the property also includes two others. A Four Seasons hotel, which shares a tower with Mandalay Bay, and the Delano, which is housed in a second tower. That tower is also home to Skyfall, a lounge located on the rooftop where you can hang out and enjoy some nice views. Both hotels have a 5-star rating, and rates for these will typically be higher compared to the 4-star Mandalay Bay Hotel. You'll notice on this tour that several of these massive resorts house more than one hotel. On the casino floor, you'll see several restaurants, including the House of Blues, which is a restaurant, but also a concert hall where Carlos Santana has been playing regularly since 2012. The resort is home to Michael Jackson's One by Cirque du Soleil, an electrifying fusion of acrobatics, dance, and visuals, immersing the audience into the world of Michael Jackson's music. Mandalay Bay has a tropical South Seas theme. You'll notice all kinds of water features throughout the hotel. At Mandalay Bay Beach, the hotel's pool area, this theme is enhanced with the palm trees and 2,700 tons of sand, which was imported from California. Along this walkway, we pass several restaurants such as celebrity chef Michael Mina's Strip Steak, the event center Michelob Ultra Arena, and then we get to the Shark Reef Aquarium, where you can encounter more than 2,000 animals. Its main tank is filled with 1.3 million gallons of water, making it one of the largest in North America. Part of the resort is also the Shops at Mandalay Place, an indoor mall with stores, restaurants, and experiences. If you're visiting in the hot summer months and need to cool off, check out -5 Ice Bar, where you can enjoy a winter wonderland while sipping on drinks. Literally everything is made out of ice, even the glasses that you enjoy your drink in. They have two more locations on the Strip at the LINQ Promenade and the Venetian, two areas we'll visit later on this tour. From Mandalay Bay, you can easily walk to Allegiant Stadium, home of the professional football team Las Vegas Raiders, and while I was there, they were getting ready for the first ever Super Bowl in Las Vegas that took place on February 11th, 2024. So I couldn't walk all the way to the stadium, but it takes about 15 minutes. Now let's head to the next resort, the Luxor. There are several ways to get there from Mandalay Bay. Either you can walk along the Strip, or you can also walk through the shops at Mandalay Place as it connects to the Luxor. And the third option is to take the free tram. So you're probably wondering why they would make it so easy to get to a different resort, which you would think is a competitor. Well, both resorts are owned by the massive hotel conglomerate MGM Resorts International. In fact, MGM owns and operates 14 hotels on the Strip. The other big player on the Strip is Caesars Entertainment with 9 hotels. The Luxor is certainly an iconic hotel built in the shape of a pyramid, and you'll notice the Egyptian theme throughout the resort. In fact, Luxor is a city in Upper Egypt, which includes the site of the ancient Egyptian city of Thebes. It's among the oldest inhabited cities in the world. The tip of the pyramid features a light beam which shines into the night sky and is the most powerful man-made light in the world. The pyramid is 30 stories and contains the world's largest atrium by volume. You have several entertainment options here, including America's Got Talent, stand-up comedian Carrot Top, and the world-famous Blue Man Group. Then there are also some exhibitions such as Discovering King Tut's Tomb, where you follow in the footsteps of Howard Carter, who made the greatest archaeological discovery of all times when he uncovered the lost tomb of Tutankhamun and its magnificent treasure trove a century ago. Then there's Titanic, the artifact exhibition, which takes you back in time to experience the wonder and tragedy of the world's most famous ocean liner, with over 250 authentic artifacts recovered from the wreck site, as well as extensive recreations of some of the most famous rooms of the ship. At Bodies, the exhibition, you can see real full bodies and organs that have been preserved through an innovative preservation process, providing a detailed three-dimensional vision of the human form rarely seen outside an anatomy lab. Here at Luxor, you'll also find the HyperX Arena, the center of esports entertainment spanning over a 30,000 square foot multi-level arena. So clearly this is for all you gamers out there. And then we have this new experience that opened just a few months ago, Play Playground, a 15,000 square foot immersive gamified bar and entertainment destination. I think this is a pretty cool concept, especially when you're here with a group. There are bars to grab drinks and then try out these large-scale tactile games. You have some physical games, memory games, puzzles, and also team games. The admission fee allows you to play each game at least once. When they opened, it was family friendly and kids were allowed until 5 p.m. However, it looks like they changed this and it's 21 plus the entire day now. Just north of the Luxor is the Excalibur Hotel and Casino, named after King Arthur's mythical Excalibur sword. To get here, you can once again hop on the free tram or walk over from the Luxor. When the Excalibur opened in June 1990, it was the largest hotel in the world until the opening of the nearby MGM Grand in 1993. Before construction started, the design team traveled to castles throughout Europe for inspiration, and the design was particularly inspired by Neuschwanstein Castle in Germany. To add to the castle theme, the resort is home to the Tournament of Kings, a medieval-themed show featuring sword fights and jousting, which is the Strip's longest-running dinner show. It's popular among families, and in addition, there's a fun dungeon arcade area on the lower floor, where you can also join an adventure such as Aquaman at the ultimate 4D experience. On the upper floor, you'll find the buffet and some other eateries, along with the longest-running mailer review in Vegas, Thunder from Down Under. Other shows at Excalibur include Spice Wannabe, the Spice Girls Tribute, and the Australian Bee Gees show. Via a pedestrian bridge that spans over Tropicana Avenue, we get to the next MGM-operated hotel, the New York Hotel. As the name suggests, this casino hotel is designed to evoke New York City in its architecture. It features downsized replicas of several NYC landmarks such as the Statue of Liberty, and the hotel tower represents various skyscrapers, with the Empire State Building being the tallest one at 529 feet or 161 meters. In fact, this made New York the tallest building in the entire state of Nevada until Wynn Las Vegas opened in 2005. Part of the exterior is also the Big Apple Coaster. It's a fun roller coaster which tops 67 miles per hour and mainly runs on the outside of the hotel with only a brief moment inside. You'll get on the roller coaster in the arcade area of the hotel. The casino floor is home to several restaurants, eateries, and bars. This area called the Village really makes you feel like you're in New York City. This is also where you can attend the Cirque du Soleil show Mad Apple, which blurs the lines between circus, live entertainment, and New York nightlife culture. And then on the other side of the casino, you'll find the chocolate bar, where you can get chocolate-infused drinks before checking out Hershey's Chocolate World for more sweets, as well as Hershey's and Reese's merch. I stayed 2 nights at the New York Hotel during my visit, and I have a detailed tour and review of the resort on my channel, which is linked in the description below. At this point, I also want to briefly mention the Tropicana Hotel across the street, which I was able to see from my room. The hotel closed its doors in April 2024 and is expected to be demolished by the end of the year to make room for a new ballpark, as the Oakland A's are moving to Las Vegas. Kinda sad, since it's one of those classic strip hotels that opened back in 1957, and as you may know, the mob was very active in Vegas back in the day, including at this property. So yeah, lots of Vegas history here. As we exit the New York Hotel on the north side, we get to an area called the Park. Besides this Hello Kitty cafe, you'll find some more restaurants, including the Spear House and Nusret, owned by Salt Bay, where you can eat gold-coated steaks. In the back of the park is the T-Mobile Arena, where the NHL team Vegas Golden Knights play ice hockey. And then the next resort we encounter heading north is the Park MGM, which also houses a second hotel, the Nomad. This resort opened as the Monte Carlo in 1996, and its design was based on the Monte Carlo Casino in Monaco. After a major 2-year renovation, the Monte Carlo was rebranded as the Park MGM in 2018, and the smaller boutique hotel within the resort was rebranded from Hotel 32 to Nomad. At the entrance, you'll find Eataly, a marketplace comprising more than a dozen authentic Italian eateries offering high-quality products. While the sandwich was delicious, I was shocked that I somehow ended up paying over $40 for it. So yeah, as I said earlier, prepare to pay premium prices on everything along the strip. Sometimes I felt like I blinked with my eyes and boom, $100 were gone. Park MGM houses Dolby Live, a concert venue which has had residencies by artists such as Ricky Martin, Aerosmith, Maroon 5, Lady Gaga, and more. You can visit House of Gaga for free on weekends. This experience features Lady Gaga's most iconic pieces from her personal vault spanning more than 10 years in the musical and fashion spotlight. Just note, it is closed from Monday through Thursdays. Next up is Aria, a luxury 5-star resort and casino and the primary property at the City Center complex. It opened in December 2009 as one of the most technologically advanced hotels in the world. For its environmentally friendly design, Aria received LEED Gold certification, becoming the largest hotel in the world to achieve such a feat. Unlike most resorts on the Strip, Aria does not have a theme, and according to the designer, the attraction of the building has to rest in the beauty of the architecture. The hotel consists of 2 curvilinear glass towers. The main tower is 50 stories, but the top floor is actually labeled 61. As many hotels do, the Aria skips the 13th floor due to 13 being an unlucky number, and on top of that, it also skips floors 40 through 49 due to tetraphobia, which is the practice of avoiding instances of the digit 4. It is a superstition most common in East Asian countries and is associated with death. When you walk through the resort, make sure to check out Catch, a stylish restaurant serving Asian-style seafood, steaks, and craft cocktails. Even if you don't plan on eating here, walking through the entrance is pretty cool and a great spot to take some photos. Besides the Aria, there are also a few condo/hotel properties at this city center complex, including the Vidara, Waldorf Astoria, and Veer Towers. And then there is this mall, the Shops at Crystals. It's home to luxurious shopping boutiques and some fine dining restaurants. We'll exit on the other side, and then before we get to the Cosmopolitan Hotel, we turn left to visit the ARTE Museum. This is a walk-through immersive art experience. Each room has a different theme. Take your time wandering through the exhibits to soak it all in. In one room, you can even paint your own animal, which will then appear on the screen. It's really hard to put into words what you experience here, so to really enjoy this as a Zen-like experience, you'll have to visit for yourself. You have the option to add the tea bar to your ticket for an additional $5. If you choose not to, but want to add it while you're inside, it's $7. I encourage you to add this. Not only is the tea delicious, but all the special lighting effects make this a unique experience. So yeah, I highly recommend checking out the ARTE Museum. Now we get to the Cosmopolitan, another 5-star luxurious MGM-operated resort and casino. It opened in December 2010, and at a cost of $3.9 billion, it was the most expensive Strip hotel built up to that point. It was the last resort built on the Strip until the completion of Resorts World in 2021. Unlike most Strip hotels, many rooms at the Cosmo include balconies, kitchenettes, and large bathrooms. The rooms have these features because the plan was to include condominium units, but ultimately all rooms ended up being hotel rooms. The property includes the Marquee Day and Night Club, which has been very popular and regularly hosts well-known DJs from around the world. In fact, it became the top-grossing nightclub in the US. A signature feature you cannot miss this, in the middle of the hotel is the 3-story chandelier lounge, which includes 2 million crystals hung from the ceiling. As we make our way to the northern exit of the resort, we pass the barber shop. Besides getting a haircut, you can sip on cocktails and whiskeys, listen to live music, and they even offer karaoke on Tuesdays. Additionally, behind the janitor's door inside the barber shop is a swanky hideaway lounge that takes you back to the Prohibition era. Next up is the Bellagio with the famous Bellagio Fountains. This impressive water show takes place every 15 or 30 minutes depending on when you go, and best of all, it is free to watch. The show changes throughout the day as the more than 1,000 fountains sway differently in front of the hotel depending on which music is playing. It's all choreographed to match the music, and one of the most popular songs is Time to Say Goodbye by Andrea Bocelli and Sarah Brightman. I recommend watching at least one show at night as the lights add to the experience. Now let's walk to the entrance of the hotel. Make sure to turn around while you're on the walkway. You get some pretty nice views of the strip with the Paris Hotel right across the street. The front desk and lobby area of the Bellagio is stunning. Take a moment to take it all in and your eyes will quickly move up to the ceiling. This impressive glass sculpture named Fiori di Como, Flowers of Como, was created by American artist Dale Chihuly. It was completed in 1998 and is the largest glass sculpture ever made. So what do you think? How many hand-blown glass flowers are part of this sculpture? It's an astonishing 2,000. That's just crazy. If you continue straight, you'll get to another free experience, the Bellagio Conservatory and Botanical Gardens. The theme changes throughout the year based on the season, and while I was visiting, it was Lunar New Year celebrating the Year of the Dragon. The other themes throughout the year are spring, summer, harvest, and holiday. It's really impressive how they transformed the 14,000 square foot Botanical Gardens into a showcase of inspiring sights, sounds, scents, and colors. Definitely don't miss out on this when you're walking through the Bellagio. And then, if you continue just a little further, you get to the Bellagio Patisserie, where you can get some tasty treats and, most importantly, you can see the largest chocolate fountain in the world. According to the Guinness World Records certificate, the fountain measures a little over 26 foot or 8 meters tall and circulates 2 tons of chocolate at a rate of 120 quarts per minute. Now, upon doing research on this, I came across even taller chocolate fountains in Austria and Switzerland that opened a few years ago. Regardless, it's still an impressive sight to see. Alright, now we'll circle back to the lobby and walk through the casino. When the hotel opened in 1998, it was the most expensive resort in the world, costing $1.6 billion to build. Bellagio was conceived by casino owner Steve Wynn, who was involved in the construction of many strip hotels. He initially planned to make it a French-themed resort, but changed his mind after the resort's designer told him to visit Lake Como in Italy. Impressed by the beauty of the region, Wynn instead designed the resort based on the village Bellagio, which is located near that lake. As we get to the other end of the casino floor, we walk through this hallway known as Via Bellagio with several designer stores. This is actually where high-end retailers like Armani and Chanel opened their first stores in Las Vegas. Now we get to yet another one of those iconic strip hotels and one of Las Vegas' best-known landmarks, Caesar's Palace. It opened in 1966 and the vision was to emulate life under the Roman Empire. The objective was to ensure an atmosphere in which everybody staying at the hotel would feel like Caesar. This is a massive resort, so let's go ahead and check it out. In 1967, Frank Sinatra started performing at Caesar's Palace. He signed a 3-year contract but stopped performing 3 weeks before the contract ended. Why? Well, he was playing a high-stakes baccarat game in the casino. Sinatra wanted the casino to raise the stakes to $16,000 per hand, well above the normal $2,000. When Sinatra was denied that request, he started shouting and got into an argument with a hotel executive who ultimately pulled a gun on Sinatra. At that point, Sinatra left the hotel and didn't return for any performances until 1974. Part of the property are the Forum Shops at Caesars, which opened in 1992. It's the highest grossing mall in the US. Even if you're not in Vegas for shopping, I highly recommend you walk through here. It feels a bit surreal and you might think you're outside with the sky-painted ceiling which changes from day to night. You get to see some interesting architectural and design elements with an abundance of marble and replicas of famous Roman fountains. This here is the Fountain of the Gods, featuring statues of Neptune, Jupiter, Mars, Diana, Venus, and Pegasus. On the outside of the building, along the Las Vegas Strip, you can see a replica of the most famous fountain in Rome, considered the most beautiful fountain in the world, the Trevi Fountain. Back inside, you can see one of the top 3 attractions in Las Vegas. The Atlantis show is located by the 50,000-gallon Atlantis Aquarium. Unfortunately, it was out of order during my most recent visit to Vegas. This animatronic attraction tells the legendary story of the ill-fated city of Atlantis. Each statue comes to life during the show, features more than 400 moving parts. This 3-story expansion of the Forum Shops opened in 2004. It is very impressive with the skylight and spiral escalators which were created by Mitsubishi Electric. They spent 2 long years just developing these special escalators, and it took another 9 months to install them. At the time, Caesars was one of the only 2 projects in the US to use spiral escalators, joining the Westfield Mall in San Francisco. Here we are at the Mirage, which opened in 1989 at a cost of $630 million. Compared to the billions of dollars the Cosmo or Resorts World cost, this seems like a small amount, but in 1989 it was the world's most expensive resort. Its success prompted a building boom in the 1990s for other larger resorts along the Strip. Until December 2022, the resort was operated by MGM. Since then, Hard Rock International took over, which will lead to some significant changes in the near future. The company intends to rebrand the resort as Hard Rock Las Vegas. A renovation and expansion project starts this year and is expected to be completed by 2028. This will include a new guitar-shaped hotel tower taking the place of the volcano attraction, which the Mirage was known for. Until the project is complete, Hard Rock is licensing the Mirage name from MGM. Back in the day, the Mirage opened with several non-traditional attractions for Las Vegas resorts, including an animal habitat for dolphins and tigers, which was shut down in 2022. Back in 1990, the Mirage debuted the Magic Show by Siegfried and Roy, who performed there for nearly 14 years, until a tiger severely injured Roy in 2003. The resort also hosted Cirque du Soleil's first Las Vegas show called Nouvelle Experience, and Cirque du Soleil returned to the property in 2006 with the show Love, a show featuring music by the Beatles, which still runs today, but it will be ending its 18-year run on July 7th, 2024. At the center of the resort, you can see this 9-story domed atrium with an indoor tropical rainforest display. It features a combination of real and fake plants. And also, make sure to check out the lobby and front desk area with the aquarium in the background, which cost $1.2 million. It was built to distract and relax guests while checking in. The exterior features a gold and white color scheme. The windows are actually made out of 18-karat gold. As we continue, we pass the Mirage Treasure Island tram, which travels between the 2 resorts. However, it's really not that far, so I just walked. So here we are at Treasure Island, also known as TI, one of the few hotels on the Strip where parking is still free. The resort opened in 1993 as a pirate-themed hotel looking to attract families. However, after a few years, resort executives realized this theme does not work well with adults coming to Vegas for the weekend. So the pirate theme was scaled back in the 2000s, and more places were added to attract young adults, such as Gilly's Saloon, a Western-themed bar, restaurant, and dance hall, as well as Senor Frogs, a bar-restaurant which turns into a nightclub at night. In front of the resort, you used to be able to watch a free 15-minute pirate show, but this was discontinued in 2013. However, you can still see the pirate ships that were used in the production. Of course, Cirque du Soleil has had many shows in Vegas, and right here in Treasure Island, they have hosted Mystere since 1993, making it the longest running show by Cirque du Soleil. Alright, now we get to the Fashion Show Mall, which opened in 1981, becoming the first major shopping center on the Strip. Due to its success, additional retail centers opened on the Strip in the following years, including the Forum shops at Caesar's Palace, which we visited earlier. In front of the mall is the plaza with the so-called cloud, an oval-shaped structure which provides shade during the day, and at night it serves as a projection screen for advertisers. At this point, we will cross over to the other side of the Strip and continue the tour at the Wynn Resort before heading back south on that side. Note that there are a few more resorts if you continue further north, but they are not part of this tour as it would entail much more walking time with not too much to see. Just to quickly summarize, there is Encore Beach Club, the brand new Fontainebleau, as well as Stratosphere, Circus, and Resorts World. I do have a dedicated Resorts World video on my channel if you're interested. Alright, continuing with the Wynn and its sister property Encore next door. The Wynn opened its doors in 2005 and, as with several other resorts on the Strip, once again was the most expensive resort ever built at the time, beating the $1.6 billion Bellagio. The 45-story hotel tower was also the tallest building in Nevada, beating the New York Hotel as mentioned earlier. Steve Wynn's surname signature is used as the resort's logo. In December 2008, the sister property Encore Las Vegas opened. Wynn declared his $5.2 billion complex finished in May 2010 after making a few additions to Encore. The Encore Hotel Tower is nearly identical to the Wynn Tower, both using bronze glass. Encore is 48 stories, slightly more than Wynn, but houses about 700 fewer guest rooms. This mountain in front of the resort rises more than 100 feet or 30 meters and costs an astonishing $130 million to build, including the 1,500 trees they planted. The mountain obscures a 3-acre lake overlooked by several restaurants, which is home to the animatronic show Lake of Dreams. So unlike the Bellagio with the fountain show, for instance, Wynn decided not to let pedestrians see the show from outside, but rather try to evoke curiosity and lure them into the hotel. The show is complimentary and runs nightly every half hour beginning at dusk. Natural light plays a major factor in the casino and restaurant areas, especially here at the indoor garden atrium. It features live trees and plants that are changed regularly, and the theme was once again Chinese New Year's during my visit. Also, you'll notice a lot of red, a lucky color among Asian gamblers throughout the resort. The property features 2 retail areas, Wynn Esplanade and Wynn Plaza. A restaurant to point out is Wing Lei, the first Chinese restaurant in the US to receive a Michelin star. The buffet at the Wynn is one of the most popular in the city. Alright, moving on. So here at this pedestrian bridge between the Wynn and Venetian, you can get a glimpse of the fairly new entertainment venue Sphere. I went to one of the U2 shows and gotta say it's an incredible experience. I highly recommend you check out the Sphere when in Vegas. Besides concerts, they also offer an immersive film called Postcard from Earth, along with an interactive experience in the atrium with holographic art installations, 360-degree avatar capture, and more. I was not able to experience the film since there were no showings while I was in Vegas due to the concert. It's definitely something I want to check out next time I'm in Vegas. If it's anything even remotely close to what happened at the concert, it's sure to be an amazing experience. So yeah, highly recommend you check out the Sphere. Time to travel to Venice, Italy by visiting the very impressive Venetian, a 5-star resort which opened in 1999. This is certainly one of my favorite properties in Las Vegas. It is huge, so you might get lost while exploring, but there is something cool to see all over this magnificent building. It's such an impressive architectural masterpiece. The Venetian is well known for the gondola ride experience along a replica of Venice's famous Grand Canal. There is an indoor and outdoor option. Each offers its own unique views and wonderful moments. Float beneath bridges, besides cafes, under balconies, all while coasting down the Grand Canal. Every gondolier sings during the ride, serenading you and your partner. This is certainly a romantic experience for all you couples out there. Just keep in mind that it's not a long ride. It's only 10 to 13 minutes, and unless you go with the more expensive private gondola for two, you could be sharing a gondola with others on the non-private option, which seats 4 passengers. The Venetian was built to accommodate convention goers. The Las Vegas Convention Center is located fairly close, and the adjoining Venetian Expo is the resort's own convention center. The property also features the Grand Canal Shops, a massive indoor space with retailers, restaurants, and more. Make sure to walk through here and take in the sights, canals, and impressive plazas with sky-painted ceilings, just like we saw earlier at Caesar's Palace. Here we see the entrance to the popular Tao nightclub and restaurant. It has consistently ranked as the highest grossing independent restaurant in the US since its opening in 2005. In 2007, a day club known as Tao Beach was added. And then make sure to check out the lobby area. This is the Grand Colonnade with 25-foot columns made from solid marble. A great spot for photos, and this hallway leads to the lobby with the armillary sphere. These were originally invented to track celestial objects in the sky. This recreation is another great photo backdrop. Just like the Wynn with the Encore, the Venetian also has a sister property which opened north of the resort in 2007, named the Palazzo. If considered a single property, the Venetian Palazzo complex ranks as the second largest hotel in the world with approximately 7,100 rooms, with the largest hotel being the First World Hotel in Malaysia, having a couple hundred more rooms. Speaking of rooms, the Venetian and Palazzo are both all-suite hotels. Make sure to check out the waterfall atrium at the Palazzo. It features seasonal decorations, and again during my visit, it was Chinese New Year. The other themes are 4th of July, autumn, and Christmas. You'll also see Laura Kimpton's love sculpture here, which was first featured at the Life is Beautiful festival in Vegas. If you're enjoying this tour so far and getting value out of it, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. As we leave the property to continue south on the Strip, we pass Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, which was the first US location opening in 1999. Of course, they are all over the place now. Before we get to the next resort, we pass some fast food places and the Best Western Plus Casino Royale. Apparently you can get beers here for only a few bucks, definitely a good deal compared to everywhere else on the Strip. Looking at the history of the Strip and all the developments over the years, I have a feeling this hotel will be torn down at some point to make room for another massive resort, but we'll see. Alright, next up is Harrah's. This is an older property that opened in 1972 as the Holiday Inn Center Strip and renamed to Harrah's Las Vegas in April 1992. It's a popular low-cost alternative to the larger nearby resorts, and being in the middle of the Strip, it's a great location to venture out. There is a dueling piano bar on site, as well as Ramsay's Kitchen by Gordon Ramsay. Part of the hotel is also this outdoor bar and entertainment area, Carnival Court, which often hosts live music. Next up is the LINQ, a 4-star hotel which opened in 1959 as the Flamingo Capri, a 180-room motel. After adding a 19-story Imperial Tower Palace, the motel was renamed as the Imperial Palace in 1979, and it became the first Asian-themed resort on the Strip. More hotel towers were added over the years, and it became the world's 10th largest hotel and the world's largest privately owned hotel in the world in 1997. Harrah's Entertainment, which is now Caesars Entertainment, purchased Imperial Palace in 2005 for $370 million. At first, they planned to demolish the resort, but ultimately decided on a renovation instead. In 2012, it was renamed to the Quad, and the Asian theme was removed. However, you'll still notice a few elements. The LINQ Promenade, which we will visit next, was opened in late 2013, and since 2014, the hotel is known as the LINQ. So the LINQ Promenade is a $550 million outdoor entertainment district nestled between the LINQ Hotel and the Flamingo. There are several shops, restaurants, and bars, as well as experiences. The primary attraction is the high roller observation wheel. At 550 feet or 165 meters above the center of the Las Vegas Strip, this is the largest observation wheel in North America. The cabins are much bigger than you would think. I was actually surprised. They can fit up to 40 people. The wheel takes 30 minutes to complete one revolution, and you get some stunning 360-degree views, including nice views of the Sphere concert and entertainment venue. Note that they have different ticket options. The least expensive one are the daytime tickets, and then the anytime tickets, and they also offer a happy half hour, a one-of-a-kind cocktail experience which includes an open bar and bartender for one full 30-minute rotation. The happy half-hour cabins can accommodate up to 25 guests, and everyone needs to be at least 21 years old. If you prefer the less expensive option without the bar, note that you are allowed to bring your own drink into the regular cabins as well. Another experience is Fly LINQ, a zip line where you launch from a 12-story tower and soar 1,121 feet from the Las Vegas Boulevard down the LINQ Promenade and finish at the high roller at speeds of up to 35 miles per hour. The zip line was closed while I was there, so I was not able to check it out, but I also think at $48 this is quite pricey for what it is. Now let's check out the Flamingo Hotel. Here we get into some interesting history, including lots of mob activity. The Flamingo's casino opened in December 1946, followed by a 3-story hotel in March 1947, making it the oldest continuously operating resort on the Strip. At the time, there were only 2 other hotels on the Las Vegas Strip, known then as US Route 91. The El Rancho Las Vegas opened in 1941 and the Hotel Las Frontier in 1942. Both were Western themed, and the Flamingo became the first resort to feature an upscale and modern design on the Strip. Billy Wilkerson, the founder of The Hollywood Reporter, purchased the land in 1945. He then partnered with a trio of mobsters, including Bugsy Siegel, who ultimately took over the entire project. Originally planned as a $1 million project, costs quickly rose to $6 million due to Bugsy Siegel's mismanagement. He was able to secure more funding for the project from other mobsters such as Frank Costello of the Luciano mob family. Siegel was killed by an unknown shooter in June 1947, and mobsters Mo Sedway, Gus Greenbaum, and David Berman took possession of the Flamingo. Numerous ownership changes took place in the years to come. By the way, and this is a quick side note, if you want to learn more about the mob and how much they were involved in building Las Vegas, I highly recommend the Mob Museum in downtown Las Vegas near Fremont Street. I've been there a couple of times and find it very interesting. Back to the Flamingo. Hilton bought the hotel in the early 1970s from American-Armenian businessman Kirk Kerkorian and owner of MGM, renaming it the Flamingo Hilton, which lasted until 2001. During this time, the resort went through major transformations, adding various high-rise additions, increasing the room count significantly, and in 1993, the original 3-story structure was demolished to make room for the final high-rise addition, a new pool area, and an animal habitat. The wildlife habitat is free to visit for anyone. It feels a bit like a relaxing oasis in the middle of the Las Vegas Strip madness. This is the Cromwell, a luxury boutique hotel with only 188 rooms, making it a much smaller property compared to all the other massive resorts on the Strip. The property first opened in 1979 as the Barbary Coast, and after several ownership and name changes, it became the Cromwell in 2014, operated by Caesars Entertainment. The Cromwell features a rooftop pool and is home to the popular night and day club Dre's, as well as an after-hours club. The hotel has been an adults-only property since 2020. Next up is the Horseshoe, another Caesars Entertainment property that opened in 1973 as the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino. The hotel was larger than the Empire State Building and the largest hotel in the world at the time. In 1980, it was the site of one of the worst high-rise fires in US history, in which 85 people died. The fire made such an impact on hotel safety that it led to the implementation of fire safety improvements worldwide. The hotel was rebuilt and reopened in 1981. Bally Manufacturing purchased the resort in 1986 and renamed it Bally's Las Vegas. Following a renovation, Caesars Entertainment rebranded the property to Horseshoe Las Vegas in December 2022. If you take the escalator down from the casino level, you get to a little indoor-type mall. There are several activities to do, such as mini-golf, a dino safari, an arcade, and the Real Bodies exhibit. A Game of Thrones exhibit is scheduled to open in summer 2024. In front of the hotel is an area known as Grand Bazaar shops with stores, eateries, and bars. The newest addition to this area is Blake Shelton's Old Red, a 4-story country-themed restaurant, bar, and entertainment venue that opened in early 2024. The Horseshoe is connected with its sister property Paris Las Vegas through this promenade. It seamlessly takes you into the next hotel of our tour, the Paris Las Vegas, which opened in 1999. You immediately feel immersed into Paris as you walk through this pathway from the Horseshoe towards the Casino of Paris. The closer you get to the main area of the casino, you'll see Vanderpump à Paris from reality TV personality Lisa Vanderpump. While this restaurant is fairly new, having opened in 2022, Chef Gordon Ramsay opened his first Las Vegas restaurant here at Paris in 2012. Its success led to 4 additional Ramsay restaurants along the Strip. On the exterior, you see replicas of popular Paris landmarks such as the Paris Opera House and the one you'll probably notice first, the Eiffel Tower. It's a half-scale replica standing 540 foot tall or 160 meters. 5,000 tons of steel were used for the construction, and 3 legs of the Eiffel Tower are located inside of the casino and 1 outside at the main entrance. It features an observation deck that you can visit for a fee of about $28. There is also a restaurant located inside the Eiffel Tower, which we briefly see from the elevator on our way up 46 stories to the viewing deck. You get some amazing views from up here. I went during the daytime since I went on the high roller at night. If you go up when it's dark, you get all the Las Vegas Strip lights. I recommend doing at least one experience where you have views from above the Vegas skyline at night. The resort's main sign along the Strip depicts a hot air balloon. It came with a hefty price tag. The sign alone cost $6 million. So yeah, much less than the $4,000 Welcome to Las Vegas sign where we kicked off the tour. Here we are at Planet Hollywood, which opened in 2000 as the Aladdin. Planet Hollywood International and Starwood Hotels took over in 2004 and converted the property into Planet Hollywood. This transformation was finalized in 2007, but due to financial problems amid the Great Recession, Caesars took over ownership in 2010 and still operates the resort today. During the opening weekend, some professional gamblers, mainly card counters, took advantage of the inexperienced staff and took home an undetermined but large amount of money. As a result, the casino introduced limits on certain bets. Planet Hollywood is home to Chris Angel's Mind Freak, who has become one of the most popular magicians on the Strip. Here's another one of Gordon Ramsay's restaurants in Vegas, a burger joint which opened in 2012. Most of the time, there is a long line to be seated. The resort is connected to the Miracle Mile shops, a mall with several eateries, bars, shops, and restaurants. Before we get to the next resort, we pass this brewery called Brewdog. It's a cool spot to watch games or enjoy the rooftop with some great views of the Las Vegas Strip. We also walk by 2 massive stores. One is the Coca-Cola store, where you'll find all kinds of merch and photo opportunities. And on the second floor, you can visit the Coca-Cola fountain to enjoy Coke floats and sample 16 different international beverages with the Taste of the World beverage tray. And then we get to the M&M store, which was the first M&M store to open in 1997. Since then, additional stores have opened, with the latest one opening in Berlin in 2021. This one here in Vegas has 4 floors. There is a gift shop with plenty of M&M's merch, and you can also create your very own one-of-a-kind M&M and, of course, purchase all kinds of chocolates. There are several great photo opportunities here as well, such as this M&M branded NASCAR show car. Next up is the MGM Grand, a massive resort which was the largest hotel in the world at the time of its opening in 1993, and it also had the largest casino at the time. To this day, the MGM Grand is the largest single hotel building in the world. There are only 2 hotels that have more rooms, the First World Hotel in Malaysia and the Venetian Las Vegas, but the rooms are spread over multiple buildings. The MGM Grand originally opened with a theme park, MGM Grand Adventures, which ultimately closed in 2000 and was replaced by the Signature at MGM Grand, a condo hotel as well as a Topgolf attraction. Back in 1996, Tupac Shakur attended the Bruce Sheldon vs. Mike Tyson boxing match at the MGM Grand and subsequently got into a fight with gang member Orlando Anderson in the hotel lobby before being shot later that night just off the strip. That same year, 1996, MGM Grand began a massive renovation of the resort. While it opened with a Wizard of Oz theme, most of that design was removed, and the chairman of MGM Grand said at the time that he wanted customers to feel like guests coming to a premiere of one of the world's greatest movies. On the exterior of the MGM Grand, you see this lion statue resembling MGM's logo, Leo the Lion. It weighs 50 tons and at 45 feet or 14 meters tall, it is the largest bronze statue in the US. Hakkasan is a restaurant and popular nightclub. There is also a day club operated by Hakkasan named Wet Republic, and they also operate the video game lounge Level Up. Magician David Copperfield has been a long-time performer at MGM Grand, entertaining here since 2000. The Cirque du Soleil show Ka has been performed at the resort since 2005. And then the American hip-hop dance crew Jabberwockies started performing at the resort in 2015 and is contracted till 2025. The district is an area with plenty of shops, restaurants, and experiences. The MGM Grand Garden Arena is a 17,000-seat, multi-purpose arena hosting concerts, boxing, and other sports events. While I personally enjoy walking up and down the strip, note that there is also a monorail, and here at the MGM Grand is the southernmost stop. It goes all the way up to the Sahara at the northern end of the strip, with several stops along the way. I hope you enjoyed this Las Vegas Strip tour. If you did, please hit that like button and share it with your friends and family. Also, I always like hearing from you, so let me know down in the comments below what your favorite resort is. And with that, I say thank you and Dankeschön!